Morning everyone, Kayla here with my lovely little dog Baloo, who thinks I'm now going to groom him, so he's trembling, bless him. He's old now, so he's like, please don't bath me, I get so cold. I'm doing a lovely little video today about pet wellness. So I've actually done a blog on this month as well. It's something I feel quite passionately about because we all look after our health and everyone always talks about our health, our mental health, our physical health. And often people forget about these little sausages here, that actually it's very important to look after their health as well as ours. So I'm just going to give you some kind of pointers and what I do with my dogs to really promote their wellness and make sure they're very looked after, aka spoilt, they're very spoilt, and what I do for my customers as well, and kind of how we work in the salon with pet wellness. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is first aid courses. Whether you are a pet professional, a dog groomer, a kind of dog walker, a pet sitter, or even a dog owner, I would highly recommend getting a first aid course, definitely. It could potentially save your dog's life. And I'm not over exaggerating. If they choke on something like minor cuts and grazes, if they have a fit, the things that you will learn in a pet first aid course could potentially save your dog's life if you don't have time to get to a vet, and we don't always have time to get to a vet. So that's something that's very important to me. I'll always have my team first aid trained and myself as well, but even as a pet owner, I would definitely get first aid trained. I always recommend if my clients' dogs have got kind of health issues, epilepsy, anything like that, I always recommend them getting the first aid certificate, because the knowledge that you can learn on that can literally save your dog's life in 10 seconds. If you don't know it and you can't get to a vet in time, it is something that you can do at home. Definitely worth it. They're not even that expensive to do. So if you're not already first aid trained, you should be first aid trained if you're working with dogs all day. But even if you just own dogs, definitely it's worth it. It's worth the money because you can save your little pooch, which is always good. The next thing I'm going to talk about is diet. This is anyone that knows me, I go on a bit of a tangent about a diet, which is funny because my diet's not perfect. I'm not going to lie, I eat pizza sometimes. It's quite healthy, I am quite healthy, but not extremely healthy. But I'm very passionate about dog health because they don't have a choice in what they eat. It is down to us, same as children. We are feeding them. It is our responsibility to give them a good, balanced, nutritional diet that is going to promote their health and make them feel good, give them energy, keep them slender, not overweight, feed them good quality content as well. So the diet is something that I really do talk about a lot with my clients, because we have a lot of people come in and say their dogs have skin issues, or they get reoccurring ear infections, or even eye infections. Often we can smell, dog groomers can actually smell if a dog is on a bad diet. So if it is on a really cheap brand diet that doesn't really have much meat content and has a lot of animal derivatives in rather than good quality meat, we can really tell on the smell of a dog's skin and also in their feces and normally in their wind as well. So it's one of those things that by controlling their diet a little bit, Mav, sorry, that's my dog, Maverick. Mav, come here. He thinks someone is at the salon, but they're not. So by controlling their diet, you can actually gain a lot of other things from it. So they will reduce their tear staining, they'll have better ears, better skin. You'll notice in their energy levels as well. So sometimes when the dog is on a cheaper brand diet, you can notice in their energy they're almost a bit hyperactive because there's sugars and additives and colourings. So as a general rule, I always look for something that's 80% meat content, 20% veg. Each dog's different. Some dogs don't tolerate that and need a bit less, a bit more. So it's just trial and error with what you can find. But if it's got things like 20% meat derivatives with cereals and grains and sugars and additives, that's probably not the best quality diet to go for. The last thing I'm going to talk about your pet's wellness is regular grooming and vet health checks as well. So it's really important to bring your dog in for regular grooming and obviously regular health checks. This can really help promote their wellness, keep them healthy, keep them fit, and also ensure that we find mats and kind of cuts and grazes. Us as groomers, we have got our hands all over your dog all the time. So we notice things that you wouldn't necessarily. You can see on Baloo here, he's got a lot of leg hair here. And most owners wouldn't touch around here, to be honest with you, because you don't really need to, unless you're brushing them. So there's some things that owners don't notice, like lumps and bumps and cuts and grazes, that actually we notice when we're drying them. So it's really important to bring them in for grooming, keep them mat free as well, because the mats actually pull on the skin, and those regular checkups and groomings you can notice things that again can save a dog's life. I've actually noticed dogs that have had lumps and bumps that turned out to be tumours that the owners have had no idea about because they haven't seen them. They've been caught early and then they've been removed by the vets. So something like that is a really good example of keeping your pet's wellness, is by keeping them groomed and well managed, maintained with their weight and their health. You can keep them very fit and healthy, which is what we want, because a more fit and healthy dog normally means that they'll live longer and a much healthier lifestyle. So that's probably my top 3 things that I would do for animal wellness. And the last thing I'm going to say is always be honest with your owners. So a lot of time, if you find stuff, make sure you tell your owners. We have forms that we fill out, and it's really important that they know. Honesty is always the best policy with our owners. And we tell them everything, whether it's a grass seed, a cut, a graze that we found, and also that protects yourself, because then it can't come back on you, and they can't say, oh, you've cut my dog, if you've told them you found this grass seed in the bath, and that's probably what it's from. So always be honest. We always do a client form. The Groomer Near Me products are absolutely fantastic for this. They have forms, matted disclaimers and everything. So you can use those quite freely. You can get them from Christies, they're amazing. We use them, get our clients to sign them so that they're all sorted, and we write down on there anything that we found in the groom and give it to them to take home.